Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants joining us today. On behalf of Avanzo Cyber Institute, in collaboration with Assumption College, Changanashiri, I sincerely thank each one of you for being here for this special webinar on career in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has become one of the most in demand and rapidly growing fields in today's digital world. As technology evolves, so do cyber threats, which is creating immense opportunities for skilled professionals in this domain. Today's session is designed especially for students, aspiring professionals, and anyone interested in understanding the career opportunities, industry requirements, certifications, and growth pathways in cybersecurity. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Vivek M. Menon. He is a highly experienced cybersecurity professional and trainer. He has served as a senior corporate trainer and brings extensive expertise in cybersecurity education and practical implementation. He is a certified data protection officer, certified ethical hacker, and PCI DSS expert. He has also worked as a former cybercrime investigator, assisting the Kerala police, bringing real-world cyber investigation experience into his sessions. We are truly honored to have you with us today. Now, I request Mr. Vivek M. Menon to kindly take over the session.
Thank you, Deepika. Good evening, everyone. My name is Vivek Menon. As Deepika has said, I am the one who is going to do the training, conduct this webinar on the topic of cybersecurity careers, opportunities, skill, and future scope. So that is the area that we are going to deal with in today's webinar. And a brief introduction about myself, Deepika has given. So before that, let me give you a much more idea about who I am. So I currently work as a corporate trainer in Koenig Solution, senior corporate trainer in Koenig Solution. I do deliver trainings on cybersecurity, as well as I do consult, as well as auditing process in the organization. I also had a previous experience of being a cybercrime investigator, cybersecurity analyst, and also into auditing processes in multiple organizations. So this is a small background about me as my experience, and I also did my academics in the same field of cybersecurity and information security. So this is all about me. Before we dive into the session, I'll just share my screen and just talk about what we are going to do today. Like, what are the different areas, what topics that we are going to discuss in today's session. I hope you can see the screen. Can I get a confirmation from anyone whether the screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. Thank you. So yes, so today what we will be discussing is to understand what cybersecurity is and what are the dimensions that we have in cybersecurity, or vertices that we have in cybersecurity. Also, we need to understand how to achieve, or what is the route, or what is the way in which we can achieve that particular result, or what the area that we are going to look into. So what I'm going to do today is to make sure that you understand what is a roadmap towards a successful career in cybersecurity. So before we begin to talk about what cybersecurity, what are the different verticals of cybersecurity, and what are the different job roles that you can achieve after completing the course, or after getting into cybersecurity, we need to understand what cybersecurity is. What is the role, or what is it that we are going to do in cybersecurity? What is it that we are going to secure in the cyberspace? So before that, let me ask a simple question to everyone. What is cybersecurity according to you, or what is a cyberspace? According to you, what is a cyberspace? Anyone have an answer for that? If you are typing in the answer, it'll be difficult for me to have to change. So I guess everyone can turn off their mic and speak regarding the anyone who is in the meeting. Is there anything that you want to say about cybersecurity? No, cool. So cybersecurity, let me give my opinion on, like, my thoughts on that. Cybersecurity is a area of cyber world where we have to secure. So we have heard that many organizations lost almost like $36 billion ransomware attack, phishing attack. We have also seen like our neighbors who lost lakhs of rupees because of some phishing that has happened. That is, someone called them and told them that they are in digital arrest or asked them to send the OTP. Such kind of topics or such kind of scenarios, we have already seen those. Now that is where we require a cybersecurity, that to prevent such kind of activities from happening. Consider that someone is calling you and you gave them the OTP, but the OTP does only works on your mobile, your phone, or your devices, not on the other not on the other devices where the attacker is trying to log in. Then that is a cybersecurity method that we need to create. So such kind of security ideas or such kind of implementing security into to prevent any kind of attack from happening. That is what a cybersecurity is. Now, when we talk about cyberspace, we need to talk about two different areas. And one is cybersecurity. The other one is cyber forensics. So when a particular event happen, event in the sense we are talking about some incidents or some attacks or some crimes in cyber world that happened, there should be someone who need to come to that particular crime scene. For example, a murder happened or a theft happened in a house, in a place, or in a crime scene. So the police people, the law enforcement agencies, people will come, they investigate, they collect the evidence, they investigate and find who the culprit is. So similarly, even in cyber crimes or any attack or any event or any incident that happened in a cyber space, there should be people who come to investigate. We call them as cyber forensics, for cyber forensic specialist or cyber forensic analyst, who are educated and experienced in the field of cyber investigation. So both investigation and security are two different verticals of cyberspace. Now, cybersecurity is done before an event happening or before a crime happening or before an incident happening. And for cyber forensics will be the one which will be done after. Someone hacked my system. Someone has to come and who's the one who hacked my system. So that is where the cyber forensics and that's the difference, basic difference between cyber forensic and cybersecurity. Hope that is clear to everyone. Moving on to our slides or to our topics that we are going to discuss today. So the need of cybersecurity, as we said, why we are having cybersecurity, to make sure that a security module has been a security, an additional security is provided to the devices that we use or to the cyberspace that we are dealing with. Now, each and everyone around the world is using mobile phone. Like an organ that we keep carrying around. It's no longer a device for us. To a mobile phone is more than what we can get for a basic computer that we can get in Amazon. So our mobile phones are so far so improved or so advanced than a mobile or than a basic level laptop that we can get. So similarly, we have different options or different technologies that has been came in to make sure that our life is easy. But we need to understand that there is two sides for a coin. Now, when one communication to make our daily life better, the other side always goes are suffering because of some cyber crimes. People who lost lakhs of rupees, organization which lost 69 million, like millions and billions of dollars each year. In 2026, so far, till we are only completed till May. Till now, the organization all around the world lost almost $263 million US dollars. And only taking the India, only considering India, India has almost registered 3,300 cases, criminal cases in related with the cyber crimes. So such kind of incidents, such kind of issues are rapidly happening. So we are talking only about India, which is 3,300 crimes that happened. Now think about all around the world. how many crimes would have they, like extrapolate the value that we got. So the requirement of cybersecurity is more each year. There is 168% of increase in ransomware attack every year around the world. 168% of increase. Now, why that happens? Because people are not securing their devices. People are not educating themselves. Now, in order to make sure that the ransomware is not happening, ransomware attack is not happening in our organization, the first thing that we need to do is to make sure that we are aware about it. For example, a ransomware. What is a ransomware? It is a type of malware or a virus which gets into our system or gets into our devices and lock everything. They will not allow us to access any folders, any files that we are having. Even we cannot use the operating system that we are using. They will lock everything up and then they will show a message that pay us a ransom. Only then you can use your system. Now, consider that it's happening to a server or to a heavy used computer in an organization where every data has been there. The data is lost. How we can connect to the companies or how we can connect to the different other organizations or client organizations to know the details if we do not have the data. And unfortunately, the organization doesn't have a backup as well. Think about it. Like, for example, consider just the financial part. An organization, consider that every day, consider in a hospital, which every day the patients will come up, they will register their cases, and almost thousands or like let's say lakhs of rupees are being transferred through that particular hospital every day by the patients and everything. Like the financial transaction going on, it's in lakhs. Now one fine day, they had got attacked by a ransomware and almost lost 1 week of data. Now that 1 week of data is we are talking about lakhs of rupees, which could result in loss because we don't know how many of them paid the bills. We don't know how many of them have discharged. We do not know any of the condition of the patients. We do not know what are the medicines that we have provided to the patients. Nothing. We got a blank sheet. Now, in order to prevent these is why we require a cybersecurity. Now, the cybersecurity has been around the world, all around the world for the past 20-25 years. Let's like remotely. Even it was there even before, but it only before 20-25 years it has been widespread, or has been known to everyone all around the world. But still, there are organizations who cannot maintain their security properly. That is where us cybersecurity people comes in. Now, data is very important. For say, let's say there is a new law that is coming up in India, just in India, which is DPDPA, which is a kind of related to a GDPR law, which was released by European Union, and then they have been working on different other areas as well. Now, this particular law, DPDPA, Digital Personal Privacy Data Protection Act, which which says that if an organization is losing their data, or if the data which is there in an organization was lost or breached by someone else. Now, this particular organization has to pay almost 20 crore to 200 crores, if I'm not wrong, regarding for misconduction of security in that particular area. Now, how to prevent that? Again, we need cybersecurity. So that is the reason why we require a cybersecurity, and why cybersecurity is so much required at the current time, or current time, or this particular the years that we are going ahead. Why cybersecurity is important, and how its importance keep on increasing every year going by. Yes, there are AI which is making our lives easier. There are AIs who can provide security to different organizations, but is that enough? That is another question. It is not enough just because an organization has an AI. That doesn't remove the requirement, or that will not remove the requirement of a cybersecurity specialist in an organization. An organization has to have a cybersecurity person. Even for building an AI, to make sure that the AI itself is secure, we need cybersecurity in the organization. So what is cybersecurity? As we discussed, it is securing the organization. Now, what is it that we are securing? Yes, it is data that we are securing, right? It will be about my data. For example, consider that I'm logging into Facebook. Now, I have so many Facebook friends. I chat with multiple people. I share the data with Facebook with multiple people in Facebook. But consider that someone else is coming and peeping into my Facebook account. I do not like that. So how can we prevent that? So whether the passwords and username that we save in a database of Facebook, is it safe? Now, we need to make that safe. Now, that is the data. That particular information is a data. I have given my email ID, mobile number, username, password, multiple other details, including address in the Facebook. So whether the data that is there in the Facebook server, it is safe or not, we don't know. So how we can understand it? So how we can secure this kind of information? So always when it comes to information or when it comes to data, always it says or it will end up in 3 different modules. The 3 different modules are CIA, which is expanded into confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, confidentiality, in a brief way, let me explain these 3 terms to you. Confidentiality is nothing but if I am sharing a data with you and it is very sensitive information, like my credit card information for say, I'm sharing it with you, and when I'm sharing it with you, I do not want anyone else to get into that particular area. Let's say I am having a WhatsApp chatting with someone. I'm chatting in WhatsApp with someone, and this is a WhatsApp chat network which I'm using. Now, how there are sensitive information. I'm sending the photos of my credit card information through this particular WhatsApp. Yes, we know that the WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, but consider that someone has hacked into WhatsApp and having a eavesdropper in the particular call, who is taking all the data that I sent and the other person I also sent. Now, is that secure? No. So this is where the confidentiality comes in. That is, whatever the data that I am sending in, it is confidential enough that no one else than the intended user will be able to see it. The case of eavesdropper will not be there in that particular case. Eavesdropper will be prevented. Like eavesdropper is not allowed to get into that particular system. That is why we use, so one of the method to secure confidentiality is called as the encryption method. Now in this particular encryption method, when I'm sending the data, it is encrypted, and only the key to decrypt this particular information is with the other person which I'm sending. Now, even if the eavesdropper get the file which I have sent, it will be encrypted, and the eavesdropper will not be able to break it. Because the encryption system or encryption algorithm which I used is very secure. And there are different conditions or different types of encryption that we have in the cybersecurity, different algorithms that we use, how these algorithms work, why we are saying that the encryption is secure, and what is the difference between encryption and hashing process. Now, hashing is something that we use in the integrity part. Now, what is integrity? Integrity is nothing but, let's say I am typing in password in the I'm typing password. When I'm logging into Instagram, I'm typing in my password and confirm password. Now this particular password will be sent to the Instagram database, right? Now when I'm sending this particular password into Instagram database, the password has to be secured enough that it reaches in the server. That is confidentiality which discussed. No one else will be able to see it. Yes, but we need to check whether the complete password has been reached. Consider that my password is hello world. Okay, now HE and LD has reached the server, but the rest has been omitted by the system. So the system omitted the LLOWR in my password. Now, when the next time when I type in the hello world, it will not work because the server doesn't have enough data. Now consider that I want to retrieve the password. I want to check whether the password is right or not. The system will not be able to provide the password. Now, yes, password, we can always reset it. Consider that I'm sending my credit card information or any other sensitive data. For example, a very sensitive data for an organization like agreements or financial documents or something, which has not reached completely to the other party. Now that is a vulnerable, like that is an issue that we have to face. So such kind of issues, such of mishappenings. To prevent that, we have integrity. And one of the method to check integrity that we use is the hash value. Right? And then comes the availability. Now, availability is very simple, as the term says. The data should be available to everyone. Data should be available to everyone whenever required. Like, again, depends upon whom to be. For example, today the 10th results has been published. Today the 10th results has been published. Consider that you are a 10th, you're a person who have written the 10th examination and trying to log into this particular server. Now you have typed in your password. Today, all of the students might have experienced that particular issue, that they wouldn't have. Most of them were trying multiple times to load that particular website. Now that is the issue that is coming in availability. That is, whenever I require that website to load and check my results, I'm not able to do that. Why? Because the website doesn't have the capability to hold so much of request which has been sent on a single day at a single particular time. 3 o'clock today, 3 o'clock, the 10th results were published, and at 3 o'clock, almost every child in Kerala who just wrote their 10th examination are trying to log into that particular website, and no one is able to log in. Now that is what availability is. So when there is a huge amount of requests that is coming up, what we need to do, we need to make sure that we need to increase the capability of that particular system. We need to increase the capability of the system in order to hold, or in order for all the requests to be processed. So that is why availability is so much required. So these are the three terms, or these are the three most important criteria when it comes to data, or when it comes to any kind of data, or any kind of securing data security. These are the three things that we make sure that it is there. The primary three things. Then there is privacy, security, and again the non-repudiation process. So there are 5, but these 3 are very important. And if we made these 3 secure, then the rest is easy, or the rest can be done very easily, which is not at all difficult as this is. So confidentiality, integrity, and availability is the primary agenda for a cybersecurity person, to make sure that these 3 are implemented, or these 3 are working properly within an organization. For, let's say, firewall. Why we are using firewall? To make sure that the confidentiality is being managed. Why we are using load balancer, or secure connection, or to make sure that the firewall which prevents like connections or requests from bots. That is to make sure that the availability, that is for the legitimate user, for the legitimate person, the data will be available. Similarly, integrity, encryption process, the network security, ARP security, all these are done in order to make sure that the integrity is also safe. Now, this is what, as a cybersecurity person, the role of a cybersecurity person is to make sure that every data in an organization is confidential and the integrity is maintained. So availability is also maintained. I hope that is clear to everyone. Industry growth, as I told, the major industries that we can look into when it comes to cybersecurity is like the growing industries, rapid growing industries are, one is banking and finance, where financial data are very important. One of the reason is the PCI DSS. So there is something called as a standard called as PCI DSS, which is payment card industry. You can go and search about it, PCI DSS, which is a payment card industry data security standard. This particular standard has to be implemented by every financial institutions all around the world. Every financial institutions has to implement this particular standard. This transactions are happening in order to make the requirements are a security person, and completely technical. All these are completely technical. Now, this is why for finance and banking institutions, they need a cybersecurity person to make sure that all the financial data, all the client data, all the data that is transferred in to and fro within the organization with clients and everyone has been secure. Now it is very easy. For example, earlier, if you want to send money to someone, you have to physically be in the bank to send to. You have to write it in a slip. You need to sign the check, and then send it to the party who we want to send the money. But now you just need the mobile phone. You just need the mobile phone, the application, download the application, log into that particular application, send money, NEFT or any other RTGS. Everything can be transferred through mobile phone. So how that can be possible? Consider that someone hacked into your system and looted all your money. Now, in order to prevent that, finance and health organization, finance and banking organization, financial institutions require a cybersecurity. And when it comes to health, hospital, where the entire data of that particular organization has been blocked or has been encrypted by a third party or an attacker, we can call them, and encrypted, and the bank, the hospital is not able to provide the services to the percentage the patient or not, how many beds are vacant, how many patients are there in the organization. Nothing, no detail about any of the patients in the organization. They are few domains, or these are the few areas where we are talking about the requirement of cybersecurity or the growth of or the require government, IT, e-commerce. All these are the areas which are continuously we require. Like, we need to have the people in place 24 into 7. There are people who are working in different organization 24 into 7, work in shifts for the security. There are people who monitors 24 into 7. They monitor all the network traffics which are traveling to and fro in that particular to and fro are vulnerable or are malicious, or any of them are malicious, having a malicious intent. That is the reason why each and every department in place. Exploring different roles, yes, we have different, as I told, there are different verticals in cybersecurity. One of the few of them are written over here. One is red team, blue team, security architecture, and also GRC and compliance. Then comes the cyber forensic area. We will discuss about each and every thing right now, like every domains or verticals right now. Before that, these are very few of the areas where we'll be like covering many of the topics or many of the roles and responsibilities of each and every team which is there in the cybersecurity under cybersecurity umbrella. Now there are more increasing, and also each and every day the roles are also being increasing rapidly, because recently the AI has been boomed into the market. Now the requirement for securing the AI in 2023 included over here. Why? Because the people who are capable enough to make sure that the security of an AI, we all know we use ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Consider that you asked a question and ChatGPT is giving randomly some different answer. Consider that the photos that you have shared to ChatGPT, it's been used in order to analyze your biometric information. Consider the photos that you given to ChatGPT are used by someone else in different part of the world. How to secure all this? Until 2023, no one was aware about, and everyone was trying hard to make sure that the particular organization or the particular security for an AI is being provided. There are different organizations who uses their own a compliance with that particular AI. Only one organization all around India is secure in the field of AI security, or compliant in AI security. So the requirement increases, the roles and responsibilities increases every day. In the cyber world. So few of the concerned areas in the cybersecurity realm. One is red team. So red team is more like a offensive parties or offensive team where they will repeatedly try to attack the organization. For example, consider that you have built a particular website or particular, let's say, at your home, you have built walls all around your house to make sure that you're secure. You have placed CCTVs. You have some physical security as well. Now, consider that someone is trying to come get into your house and loot something from your house. How to prevent that? So what we will do as a cybersecurity people, what we actually do is we will hire a thief. We'll hire a thief, ask them to come to your house and steal something from there. If the person is able to come and steal something from there, it means that there are vulnerabilities in our, or there are loopholes, or there are weak points in our security which we provided, that the people can come in and get the data and leave as soon as possible. How to prevent them? We will ask them what are the security issues that you have found. We will fix that. Maybe they are told that there is a black spot for the CCTVs that they have kept. Now what we will do? We will keep another camera to remove that particular blind spot. To remove that particular blind spot, we use the camera. A different camera places a different camera on in that particular area, and we remove that particular blind spot. Consider that they've told that there is a weak lock that has been used in the door. We'll remove the lock, keep a high security lock which is available in the market. Similarly, it is the same that we do in the network areas as well, or the cyber security areas as well. What we do is we will ask the people in the red team to attack our organization, to attack our website, to attack our applications. Now, vulnerability assessment, network and web testing and security reporting, there are few. There are application testers, there are penetration testers, there are bug bounty people who analyze the vulnerability. So what they basically do is they will try to find these loopholes or weak points in that particular organization, in that particular website, or in that particular network, and give us a report saying that, okay, these are the loopholes that we found. If we secure them, yes, well and good, your organization is back to security. Consider that the areas are not secured. Then that is an issue that we are dealing with. Then we need to make sure that they're secure, or else a real attacker can get into your organization, get into your system using that same loophole. That is where the red team is being used. Then comes the blue team. Now, blue team is the people who acts exactly as opposite as the red team. So these people make sure that they monitor each and every trend. Like, for example, the people who are sitting in front of the CCTV, they will monitor the CCTV 24/7 to see whether there is any kind of any kind of movements that is there, an unauthorized movement that is there in the in that particular premises. Now, 24/7, they will be monitoring us. If at all something that they found, they will alert people. The people will go and check whether there is any kind of issues in that particular area. Similarly, the blue team does that. Blue team will monitor all the traffic, all the areas that there is working in that particular part of the organization. They will analyze it. They will see whether there is anything happening. And again, if the red team gives you the report saying that, okay, these are the loopholes that we find, blue team is the one who who implement these security measures in order to prevent those particular vulnerability. So if red team is an offensive team, red team is an offensive team, whereas blue team will be the defensive team, which will defend the organization from any kind of attack that is happening. Then there are different other roles that we do in this particular area, which is SOC, which is Security Operation Center Analyst. We have auditors who work in this particular area. We have network security specialist. a specialist, application security specialist. We have different other people who are working in the blue team. And when it comes to red team, we have penetration testers, we have bug bounty people, we have people who are concerned, like for example, the application testers, web testers. We have people who analyze or do the penetration testing on each and every part, network and every part, in order to understand what are the loopholes in this particular system. Then comes the governance, risk, and compliance. Now, let's say that with the red team and blue team, that your organization is secure. Yes, it is secure. But how we will prove that to clients, people, or the government for that matter? How we will prove that? Now, in order for proving this, we need risk, governance, risk, and compliance, GRC, we call them. So what they do is, yes, again, the governance and security people, compliance people comes to your organization. They do the same. They check the security, the risk that the organization holds, the security that the organization has, and they will check whether this particular organization is compliant to particular standard or particular requirement. Consider that it is an IT organization. A data has to be secured. Then they can follow a particular standard. There is a particular standard called as ISO 27001. They have 27701 for privacy, 42001 for AI management. Similarly, there are different other security or the standards that are there in ISO, which helps the organization to be secure. When it comes to NIST 840 is one of the framework which is being used. There is PCI DSS for financial organization. There are HIPP. There is an HIPPA for health organizations. There's GDPR for data security in the European Union Data Protection Act, which this compliance has to be working on. So these are the few standards or requirements that an organization has to comply in order to make sure that, or in order to say that the organization is secure, their network is secure, their data is secure. So they will be provided with a certification as well. This compliance will be checked each and every year. The compliance has to be checked. Similarly, each and every part of the organization will also be added into this particular consideration. Now, this particular governance, risk, and compliance is required for an organization to make sure that the organization is secure, and also they can probably say that, okay, each and every part of the organization is secure, and they can attract more clients. They can make sure that they have implemented each and everything. That is what a governance, risk, and compliance. So in this particular area, there are auditors. There are auditors who comes to our organization in order to check. Risk managers who manages the risk in the organization. There are internal auditors and there are external auditors and internal auditors who comes to your organization for checking or to make sure that our organization is continuously monitoring and managing the network and security associated with it. Moving on to cyber forensics. If at all you're having any kind of doubt, any kind of questions, you can post it in the chat box, or after the presentation, we will be having some time to discuss your questions, issues, queries, and everything we will discuss about in that particular area. Now then comes the cyber forensic. Cyber forensic is an area, as we discussed, before an event, it is what the security which takes care of. And after the event, we have the forensic. Now, what forensic do? Forensic will get into the crime scene. They will search for evidences, collect the evidence, investigate, find the necessary culprits, and present it in front of the court of law. This is what the procedure that they follow. And there are specific criteria that they have to follow while doing these many procedures. Consider that as we discussed the hospital case, there was a ransomware incident that happened. Similar to that, in 2016, ransomware outbreak has happened. The ransomware name was WannaCry. WannaCry ransomware. So this ransomware was affecting the financial institutions all around the world. All the financial institutions all around the world were affected. with this particular ransomware attack. What happened? Each and every financial institution, their data has been encrypted and logged and kept. There is no one who has access for that particular data. Now, how to make sure that the data is being managed, or how to make sure that to retrieve from this area, that is where the forensic specialist comes in. They comes into that particular environment, or to that particular crime scene. They investigate the malware, in this case ransomware, and they will find how to remove this without giving a ransom. So in the WannaCry attack, there was something called a kill switch that they identified, which was there in this ransomware, which they used this kill switch in order to stop the attack all around the world. So it was a single switch for all around the world, and each and every connection has been managed in a single kill switch. So once the kill switch was identified, which was a link, in fact, it was a link which took us to a particular website, and we have to manage, like, look into the key into that particular website. That's how they identified the vulnerability, or how to maintain, or how to make sure that that particular ransomware has been removed from all around the world in the financial institutions. Now, the same has been working, or similarly, each and every activity or attack happens. Whenever there is an attack happening, there are people who comes to our organization in order to look, identify, see what has happened, what we have identified in that particular area. Similarly, there are other people who are working in that particular area. They are called as, some of the roles that we are having in that cyber forensic area is, one is forensic investigators, malware analyst, malware analyst. Then we have the data extraction. Then we have the CSA, which is crime scene analyst. So there are a few other people as well who works in this particular area in the forensic field. So similarly, similar to what we have discussed in security, we also need forensic people. Security is to prevent the attack, and forensic is a corrective measures that we need to use once the attack happened. Few other activities that the forensic investigators do is, one is evidence collection, log and memory analysis. Now, log analysis is nothing but, consider that your whatever the activity that you do in your laptop, or in your computer, or in your mobile phone, even clicking from the power button to clicking or typing something in the browser, each and every data is being stored in your own devices. Now consider that someone has hacked into a system and looted, like took some of the data. Now, in order to identify what is the issue, what has happened, what we will do is we will look into this log. The log is the one which is having all the data that we are doing, all the activity that we are doing in the particular system. It will be there in the log. Now we can see when the attacker has got in, what are the different activities that the attacker did, how the attacker got in, each and every details of that particular issue. File recovery, again, whatever you had deleted from your system, whether it is a permanent deletion or whether it is a temporary deletion that is moving into recycle bin, anything that has been deleted from the device, from the moment the device has been turned on, from the moment that the device is turned on till the device is discarded, the complete data we will be able to retrieve it. There is nothing that is going for 100% deletion, and 100% deletion is a myth. There is nothing called as 100% deletion that is happening, and there are people who are capable enough to recover those deleted files. Investigation reporting, disk analysis, that is again coming under the file recovery and taking up the data. Network traffic monitoring. There are different tools that we use in order to monitor the traffic that is happening in the network. What is the data that has been sent? What is the encryption that has been sent? Similarly, each and every data that is transferred through the network, which can be monitored. Memory forensics and malware investigations. So these are the few topics or too few areas that the forensic people will be dealing with. Now, certification and educations. There are different certifications that you can take when it comes to cybersecurity. As a beginner, you can go for certifications like Security Plus, CEH, Google Cybersecurity. And those who are interested, after completing this certification, you need experience, you need knowledge, you need to learn certain things. You can use methods which is in online labs, CTF, which is the capture the flag challenges, internship programs that you can do, projects that you can do. Make sure that you have a certification from a particular university. There are universities which provide certifications on cybersecurity. There are tools or there are organizations which provide cybersecurity certifications to organization, or having a certification in having a degree in computer science will also help you to achieve these particular certifications or gain knowledge on this particular area. One of the organization or one of the university which provide which provide a degree course on the cybersecurity is Assumption College. Assumption College, which is in Chenganasheri, which provide a BSc course for cybersecurity. Similarly, you can also depend upon organizations like Avanzo or different other organizations which are there in the market, which teach you about the network analysis, network tech security. Avanzo has from 2 months course or 1 month course till a year course, diploma courses, from certification programs to diploma courses, in order to gain knowledge. So depending upon the requirement, depending upon your availability, you can choose different courses to learn about the cybersecurity or different areas of cybersecurity. Now, learning about entire cybersecurity is not enough. Now we need specialization on certain areas. We need to look into that. Now the certification like CEI, SSP, OSCP or CHFI, these are certain certifications which are so advanced. Now, OICP is one of the certifications which I completed, which is very hard to complete. Which is then there are different other certification like CPEN, PEN 200, PEN 300, PEN 600 certification, which are provided by different certification bodies, which are very hard to complete. So, in order to complete such kind of areas, you need experience, you need to work, you need to practice multiple times. So in order to do that, at least you need a degree, or you can go for certifications which are provided by different organizations like Avanzo Cybersecurity Solutions. And let me tell you about the job market. Yes, the beginning level of job, which is having the starting level of salary that you can expect in a beginner level, which is 0 experience to 3 years of experience. You can expect around the salary of 55,000 to 90,000 US dollars if you are outside India. And within India, for entry level, you can expect around 3.5 to 7 LPA, and mid career is 8.8 LPA to 20 LPA, and above that also, that is there for the people who are having more than 6 or 10 years of experience. When it comes to mid-level roles, in 3 to 6 years outside India, you can always expect like $95,000 to $145,000. That is again talking about a year salary, LPA. Yeah, you will get a annual salary of $95,000 to $145,000. Similarly, when it comes to India, if you're having advanced experience, like more than 6 years of experience, more than 10 years of experience, you will get a salary around like 25 LPA to 45 or 50 LPA, depending upon what role do you serve. And how to get started? Yes, how to get started is very simple. Get into a college or get a degree in the cybersecurity. Even without a degree, you can forward, but you need skill. In order to increase skill, yes, you can go for the degree college, or you can practice on yourself. The most beginner level security certification that you can take is Cisco Security Plus. Security Plus, S Plus we call this. This is a beginner level certification. Once you complete this certification, you will be able to go ahead and do a troubleshooting for your devices. It's very simple as that. Troubleshooting for your devices. Or you can go in a different way as a developer. Start developing websites, application, and everything. Check into the security part. Again, that you will become an application security specialist, or different other roles that you can go ahead with that. Now, these are the few areas. You can go ahead with different multiple areas. There are different roles, there are different areas, there is different starting points for you. Now, once the security plus certification is done, you can go for a CEH. You can go for some penetration testing or CHFI courses. Then you can go for CPEN courses, OICP. So these are the few certifications, and each and every certifications are expensive as well. So better to get a degree to start with on cybersecurity or any other computer related topics, then move ahead with that particular area, how we want to dive into that particular area. Or you can go ahead and join courses which is provided by Avanzo, similar to what we are providing in Avanzo, which will enable you to secure the certification like Security Plus, CEH, OICP, etc. Again, theoretical knowledge is very important in cybersecurity, and more important than that is the skill or technical knowledge or practical skill that you have in order to achieve the result. That is how we need to get into cybersecurity. You can let me know if at all there is any kind of doubt, any questions that you're having related to the topic. You can let me know. As we just said, either events to provide different courses you can go ahead with to make sure that your careers are secured. Any questions that is there with you, you can ask me related to CSSP, Security Plus, OICP, CISM, and which of these certifications are most valuable for building a career. So Prabhas, who has posted the question, which is which institutions and the certifications such as CEH, CISSP, Security Plus, OICP, CISM. You have to understand that each and every certification that you have mentioned over here are talking about different requirements. For example, CISM is talking about a manager who is into the GRC module. CISSP is again the certification in information security, the professional certification. That certification is taking you to a little bit advanced, or making you a professional in that particular security field. When it comes to CEH and OICP, you are moving into defense safety. You are moving into the red team, attacking, penetration testing, etc. So similarly, so you need to first figure out which one do you want to move with. If you are into CISM, you are into managerial roles, you are into decision making, you are into the GRC modules. When it comes to other roles which we have discussed, it is handling with the technicality that we are looking, like the practical skills that we are looking into. So we need to look into that, and each and every certifications are very useful. If you are going with CISM, the one of the best provider is ISC Square. ISC Score or ISACA, they are the providers. If it is OICP, OICP is only provided by a single organization all around the world, which is called as OFSEC. CISSP is provided by ISC Square. Security Plus is provided by CompTIA. CH is provided by EC Council, or you can go ahead with PECB. So you need to choose which one is useful to you. Expensive. Every certificates are expensive. So in order to get such kind of experience or such kind of knowledge and skill, in order to get this certification, you need practice, you need knowledge. Organization like Avanzo, where I learned and I took my certification on CISSP, OICP, CPEN, those kind of courses, those kind of certification which I took. That is learning from Avanzo Cybersecurity Solutions. Depending upon your wish, there are different options. Right now, all around the world, there are different options that you are having to get the certifications. There are virtual training, there are offline training, you can choose. Akila has asked which cybersecurity domains have the highest growth potential, like SOC, ethical hacking, digital forensic, and digital forensics. Each again, the question is here is SOC, which is a blue team, ethical hacking is a red team, and digital forensic is a forensic area. Each and every part of that each and every area of this particular area, dimensions that you talked about are having their own growth. SOC, which is into blue team, you will be most probably joining as a level 1 analyst. Then you can go to level 2, level 3, then the directors, managers in the particular SOC in that particular area. You can also dive into different other areas as well. Like there are SIM managers, there are SOR managers. Depending upon that, you can move into, again, depending upon the organization that you are into, you can also move into financial organization as well. When it comes to ethical hacking, there are organizations who constantly hire ethical hackers, as in like a security tester, application tester, web application testers. These will be the roles, not as an ethical hacker, but these will be the roles that you will be served with. And when it comes to digital forensic, there is a huge amount of requirement all around the world for the digital forensics as well. Each and every organization does that. So if you're an ethical hacker, there is a particular role such as APT, Advanced Persistent Threat Analyst. So there are different forums that you can go and look ahead into these particular forums, APT forums. Such kind of roles and responsibilities taken care by those areas are security professionals from Google, from Microsoft, from different other organization as well. So threat intelligence is one of the area that you need to work on in SOC or ethical hacking when you're working in. So there are different roles, different responsibilities each and everyone has to take. So depending upon that, there are growth as well. Not depending upon the roles, but if you have the skill, whichever roles that you're placed in, you will be having growth. How welcoming is cybersecurity industry for freshers who have strong skills, certification, and hands-on experience compared to experienced professionals? Again, here experience and skill is the one which is very important in cybersecurity. Even if you're not having a degree, even if you do not have a degree from any of the universities on any of the topics, you will be welcomed into cybersecurity. For cybersecurity industry, there are people who I know who has been working in the particular different domains where cybersecurity is dealt with, where without having a degree, like they are having high paid jobs without having a degree. So it's not that the degree or the certification which shows your talent, it is the skills that you need to have. You need to have practical skills. You need to be that person who can get the job. That's it. If you are into that, if you have the skills, you have the ability to get the job done, then you're hired anywhere around the world. Again, yes, preference will be given to the people who are having degrees. You have a first entry or as a fresher. If you need to get into a particular organization, if they want to consider you, then you need to have a degree to show that, okay, you have completed a particular certification or you are having a particular certification. Which jobs prefer CISSP? So CISSP, again, security professionals. Those will be handled like people who are into tech lead, tech head in an organization will be better in CISSP. If they have CISSP, that will be helpful for them. For example, security managers, again, they can use CISSP. Also CISM as well. With AI increasingly automating cybersecurity operations, penetration testing and threat detection, which cybersecurity roles do you believe remain? Each and every role that we have discussed till now will remain after 10 years as well. Yes, there will be automations that will be happening. But again, it is like, let's say you're building an AI. Who will secure the AI itself? Who will secure the AI? Who will secure the data that has been transferred through AI? Who will be securing the code that has been written, like the programming language programs that has been written? There are people who looks into the secure coding, that they are into secure coding, check the vulnerabilities in the code, in the AI. Any role that is currently there, yes, they help the people who are using AI. It will be helpful for them with the development of AI, but job roles will remain the same. There will be less requirement, but still the job role will be the same even after 10 years or 50 years. Because let's say consider that new type of technology, another technology which is yet to boom is quantum computers, which will disrupt the encryption process. Now, even with so much of AI that we are having, we still do not have a proper algorithm for quantum proof encryption. We do not have a proper key exchange algorithm for quantum proof encryption. So such kind of issues still exist even after 10 or 15 years. If you do not have a proper person who is into this particular field and who can provide such security. Which cybersecurity domains do you believe will see the highest demand and growth opportunities over the again, people who are having people who are able to get into red team, blue team, and into GRC, all these areas, we have requirements. I personally know there are requirements in different field, different areas where people are struggling to get this done. There are, again, you have to think about in such a way that there are 3,300 cases, 3,300 registered cases in India, just by organizations who lost or who has undergone cybersecurity attacks. Uh, think about if there was if there is a proper security which is implemented in the organization, well, whether this will happen. No. So depending upon that, we need to look into with if consider that so the GRC is a governance part. So what does governance do? Governance will be the one who will be implementing certain things like the frameworks. Now, why the frameworks are used? Frameworks are the most secure way to implement security in an organization. If it is implemented properly, then the attack wouldn't have happened in the first place. If the implementation will be done by the blue team and the security testing will be done by the red team. Now, if any one of if there is a lacking of anything, any of these people, any of these in this particular chain, if there is a lacking of any of these people in working in this particular chain, it will be affected. And that's how 3,300 cases has been registered just in India by organizations. Then if you were starting your cybersecurity career today, which will you choose from this? Again, we need to understand what will suit us rather than which will be suiting, which will be which I will be choosing. I need to understand which one will be my cup of tea. Whether I am good enough to bash scripting, which is open your terminal, and you might have seen in movies, just people will be typing some random codes in the terminal, in the command line that you have. If you are good in that, if you can do that, get into red team. If you can use tools, you can work on different aspect, get into blue team. If you can only go with policies, procedures, compliance, standard, implementation, planning process, go with GRC. And if you are into investigation, if you have idea, if you have a knowledge, or if you have a capability to investigate something out of the organization, then you can go for a forensic part. So that's all the questions that is there. Anything else, anyone? Any questions that anyone is having? This is the time. Can you explain about GRC? Yes, governance, risk, and compliance. So governance, risk, and compliance are again when we talk about an organization if the organization need to implement a firewall, they cannot go purchase a firewall and implement it. What they need to look into is they need to check. For example, consider that the government is going to build a overbridge or a railway cross. There is an overbridge that is going to develop. Now, what the government do is government will hire an engineer who goes to that particular place, will calculate that particular how much amount will it be requiring for the government to build a overbridge. Now, what they will look is whether investing such a huge amount of money over there is benefiting the people or not. For example, if consider that it is 500 crore that has to be that is required to build a bridge in a particular area. If there is enough traffic in that particular area, yes, we can build a bridge. If a huge amount of, like, a lot of vehicles are being stopped at that particular area for waiting for the traffic to move on, yes, then we can build a bridge. Consider that only few vehicles which pass through that particular road rarely. A few vehicles rarely pass through that road. Do we require a bridge over there? No. Similarly, when it comes to an organization security as well, we will check. Is there a requirement of a particular security measures? If yes, we implement it. If no, we will do not. The decision to check and take that particular action will be with the GRC. So the GRC people is the one who will check the risk, analyze the risk, look into it, and decide whether or not to implement it. Also, they are the people. So let's say organization want to be compliant with for 27001 or 42001 different other organization standards, and the standards, yes, these standards help the organization to get more clients, get in more like to advertise, and a lot of other benefits that the organization get by getting this particular certification. Now the GRC is the one who will be implementing such kind of security in the organization, who will be creating the plan, who will be implementing it in the organization. Hope that is clear. Yes, great. Anything else? If we experience a ransomware attack today, what is the single most important step to take in this first 30 minutes? Again, 30 minutes is a huge time when it comes to a ransomware attack. If there is a ransomware attack that happened and you got to know, okay, there is a ransomware attack, the first and foremost thing that you need to do within 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds, is that to plug the computer, like isolate the computer, remove the internet connection, disable the internet connection in that particular system, and do not turn off the system. That is one of the foremost things that you need to understand. Do not turn off the system. Do not touch the system. Make sure that you remove the internet connection from that particular system. The first and foremost thing to do. If there is a cable plugged in, remove the cable. If there is a Wi-Fi connection or any other connection, switch off the Wi-Fi. That is the first thing that you need to do to make sure that you're isolating the system from anything else. Because if there is a ransomware, there is a high chance for that particular ransomware to spread through internet to other systems as well. So if you are having a system, remove the internet connection as soon as possible. And the second thing is to inform someone who is knowledgeable enough or near to you who can help you in that particular area. If it is a laptop or a computer, you might most probably have to remove the hard disk and throw it away. If with the current ransomware attack that is happening, you need to buy a new hard disk. All the data will be lost. Or else there should be a malware analyst who is capable enough to analyze, check the malware, identify the malware, and find the decryption key for this particular malware. So ransomware attack do use the encryption algorithms to secure the to lock or to encrypt the devices, whereas we need to identify the decryption keys to get into that particular area. How can students gain hands-on experience in forensics? Yes, for hands-on experience, one of the best place which I got a hands-on experience and practice is Avanzo Cybersecurity Solution. Whichever I was trained, you can make use of such kind of portals or any other platforms that is available to make sure that you are also having a. So make sure that there are enough cases that you're getting for forensic investigation. There should be enough cases to you need to have enough cases to have a hands-on experience in the forensic part. There should be tools. Investigation agency like Avanzo can be useful for that area. I guess that is it from everyone. Yeah. So, yes. Carry on, Deepika.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for this informative session. Your guidance on cybersecurity careers, industry expectations, and practical insights was truly valuable and inspiring. Thank you all for being a part of today's insightful webinar on career opportunities in cybersecurity. As the digital world continues to expand, the demand for skilled cybersecurity professionals is growing faster than ever. From ethical hacking and cyber forensics to data protection and digital investigations, cybersecurity has become one of the most promising and future-ready career domains globally. This webinar, organized in collaboration with Avanzo Cybersecurity Solutions and Assumption College, aimed to guide students toward building successful careers in this rapidly evolving industry. Let me share a course details. Sorry for the trouble. Wait for a minute. I will share the course details. Okay, I will share the details later. It's not sharing my screen. With the details of Avanzo Cyber Institute course details, I request everyone to kindly look after the course details when I'm sharing. These courses are designed to provide both academic knowledge and practical industry exposure in the field of cybersecurity. Uh, to the specialization training modules and career opportunities included in each program to get a clear understanding of how this course can help shape your future in the cybersecurity industry. We are also proud to announce that Assumption College is launching the BSc Cybersecurity program from the coming academic year. This program is created to prepare students for the growing demands of the digital security industry through professional training, practical exposure, and career focused learning. Okay, as we come to the end of today's webinar, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Vivek and Menon for sharing his knowledge and valuable insight with us. A special thank you to Assumption College for collaborating with us for this initiative. And heartfelt thanks to all participants for your active presence and engagement. Before we conclude, a quick reminder, certificates will be provided only to registered participants. So if you haven't completed the registration or feedback form, please do using the link or QR code shared. Okay, stay connected with Avanzo Cyber Institute for more learning opportunities, workshops, and webinars. Thank you all once again.